Hey you guys, what's up? I'm about to get into this makeup. Look at my lashes, guys. Y'all, I just came from a 17-day quarantine just from being sick, and literally right after getting my lashes done, getting my nails done, getting my hair done, getting everything done, oh my god, I had to sit out for 17 days straight in my room, in my bed, doing nothing, just having my lashes fall out. But y'all, I've been out for the fucking count. Like, it's so sad to even know that I had to be down like that. But one thing I can say is that I do feel very lucky to have been sick, you know what I mean, and didn't have to have like terrible symptoms, because me and my two sisters got sick. We all had complete different symptoms. Let me start my makeup. We all had complete different symptoms. So yeah, so let me prep myself before I get into this story. So I don't know, I kind of want to do a chit chat again, you know, while y'all get ready with me and stuff like that. I don't really have like a specific topic I'm gonna be talking about, but whatever comes to mind is whatever we're gonna talk about. But we're for sure gonna get into this story about me being sick and having to sit my ass down for 17 days. My lashes, this one, I think I sleep on this side the most, because this one has just, do y'all see this lash compared to these? And these are still full, they're still cute. These ones are like, hold on for dear life, straggly is, bro. And my nail tech does exactly, sorry, not my nail tech, I always say that. My lash tech does exactly what she's supposed to do, but I had to lay on them for 17 days in quarantine. So don't mind those too much. Yeah, no, back to me being sick. So I got sick a little after my birthday. I had like a birthday weekend or whatever. So me, 3 of my sisters, my nephew's girlfriend, which is a part of the family, we all had just had chilled out downtown LA, and just kind of like did whatever came to mind, or did whatever we wanted to do, and I had dinners planned or whatever. We went to lunch. We went, not to lunch, we went to brunch, and then we went to movies. So in the midst of all of that, we're just kicking it, we just chilling. Around this time, this is what's going on in my mind. I've been wearing masks, and I've been just, you know, abiding by all the rules, like doing what I have to do to make sure I'm not sick. But for this day, I did not have a mask going to the movies, but I don't know, I just didn't give it that much thought, which I should have, because clearly I got sick the moment I was being careless and not wearing a mask. Like I said, all of our symptoms were different. So my sister, it hit her first. She got sick as hell. She was at home probably a day or two before we even started feeling symptoms. She was at home, and she was just already out of bed, body aching, all of that. So one day, my other sister was like, she was feeling some type of way. And when I was in bed, I kind of kept feeling like hot and cold or whatever. And I ended up just feeling like, I wonder, do I got a fever? Because my sister was like, yeah, I got a fever now too. So I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick. So I'm like, damn, like I wonder if I got a fever, because I keep having like these chills or whatever. So I go ahead and do the whole little thermometer shit, and I have a fever, but my fever didn't go anywhere past 99, and I only had a fever for a night, and after that I didn't have a fever the rest of the time I was sick. So our symptoms were so different. I had like the least symptoms. Like, it just felt like super stopped up nose. I did feel weak. Like, I just kind of felt, my body just felt not like itself, and I felt weak. Before all of that, I was visiting somebody. We were just chilling and stuff, and I told them like, I'm sick, I don't feel good. And of course they didn't care, like not care like about me being sick, but just about like me being around them and not feeling good. They didn't care. But then I just, wanted to feel comfortable, in my own space, being sick. So I ended up going home, and then me and my sisters quarantined together. So yeah, I just been in this fucking house, literally in this house, in my room, walking out of my room for a little bit. We did not eat like that. We did not have an appetite. It was crazy. But we feel way better now. So I'm like, you know what? I'm about to get back to all the shit that I love, all the shit that I really want to do. Before I got sick, I was working on a business that I'm still working on. And I'm so excited, cannot wait to launch. So yeah, I'm like, I gotta get back to my regular life. Like, I quarantined, I did what I had to do, my body's feeling better. So I'm like, you know what, I'm about to get right on it. And that's what got me up and just ready to do a video. I've been sitting down, laying down, sleeping. My days were all becoming one. It was crazy. But yeah, just sum all that up, I had to stay in a room for 17 fucking days and do nothing. I just want to talk about something that's so relevant in my life right now. So while we have a little girl talk, while I get this makeup done, I wanted to talk about like the process of like healing. Like, everybody in some kind of way has went through a healing process. Like, it doesn't matter if you were healing from a relationship, like romantic relationship, or healing from a friendship, healing from like pain from your childhood or just your life in general. Like, healing in general, like, that's been heavy. That's been so heavy on my mind because that's something that I've been dealing with. And I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about healing and how it literally isn't just one thing. Like, it's literally a million of different emotions. That's what I literally have been dealing with for like a while. And it literally doesn't have no fucking time limit on it. You're not going to be healed in a certain amount of time. Certain amount of time that passes does not matter how much healing you should have done. Like, literally none of that matters. And I had to learn the hard way. Like, you know what I mean? Running from shit, blocking it out, acting like shit, doesn't affect you or bother you. That shit does not change anything. Like, it does not change nothing. Like, you still feel the way you feel, and you're gonna feel that way until you just don't no more. Like, for real. And I'm in a space too where, like, sometimes I think I'm like grasping the fact like something can be here, or your reality can be what it is at this moment, and then that's not what it is anymore. Like, your reality is completely different, and that's a part of your healing process, is accepting the fact that this is not what it is anymore. And now your new norm is living without somebody that you thought you was never gonna live without, or not having that friend that you was always gonna have, or living with the reality like, yes, I went through all this shit that I went through, but I can't keep having it as a crutch, and I have to really like, heal from that. So, and it's so crazy because me personally was healing. I was going through a healing state, which I still am. Like, I'm very, very, very far in it, and I'm like, I have a lot of progress. I feel like it was so weird because I was in a healing stage from like all of those things I just said, all of the above, relationship, childhood, just life traumas, all that. Like, I've been trying to heal from all that type of stuff, like everything. And I'm like, how fucking bizarre that all this healing and everything that happened, it literally happened in the moment that I'm trying to, not in the moment, but all happened at once. Like, I realized I needed to heal. And then one thing too about being in the healing process is literally when you start to really sit down and get into your process and everything, how you start realizing so much stuff. Like, you can resonate with a lot of different things, right? Like, once you are in a healing process, you start to recognize patterns. You start recognizing things that you didn't used to recognize before. You start, calling yourself out on certain situations. And it's a beautiful process, but it's a very hurtful process. And that's what people don't really understand. Like, it's something that is very, very hurtful. It doesn't feel good. Oops, sorry. At times it feels good. Oh, I'm over here saying sorry to my fucking mirror. Sometimes it feels good. Those days where you feel like, damn, I came a long way. It doesn't hurt no more. It doesn't feel bad. And then there's days where you wake up and you're just like, are you kidding me? Like, am I back at square one? Like, did I not make any fucking progress? Like, what did I think I was doing this whole time? Because clearly it don't feel like shit. And I've had those moments a lot where I'm like, I am so healed. I feel so good. Everything makes so much fucking sense right now. And then literally, I wake up one day and my feelings are just like all over the place. And I'm just like back at square one and I'm hurting. You know what I mean? I'm a Cancer for anybody who wants to know. Right now, I'm about to conceal my eyebrows. Normally, I mix my concealers, like just for color purposes, because I be wanting the color to be like super neutral to my skin tone. I don't want to have a crazy like halo effect. But I think I'm gonna use Toffee, LA Girl, come on now. Toffee and Chestnut. I'm gonna mix those. But yeah, so what was I saying? When it comes down to life situations, I would just block those out. I wouldn't think about all the shit that I've been through. And one day, if something puts me in a space where I think about what I've been through or just think about my life, I do have like a really just weird time. Like once I think about it and remember it, I have like a sad, really sad day or a sad couple days until I forget about it again. But yeah, like relationship wise healing, being a Cancer, I feel like I think about all the good shit, but I wouldn't think about none of the negative parts in a relationship. But the reason why, I guess, because the older I get and like going through my healing process, I understand the negative parts that I played or was done to me was out of like lack of experience of just like the traumas that we've been through. Hold on, let me conceal my eyebrows. I'm gonna be right back. So yeah, my eyebrows are concealed. Like I told you guys, I try to mix my colors to where they're like not too crazy, too bright. I know some people use foundation when they conceal the top of their eyes, and I know it works, but I just haven't got into that, got into doing it. But as you can see, once you blend this color, yes, it comes off light at first, but once you blend it, it blends in good. So I just been doing this way. I've been doing it this way. Now I'm just gonna blend this out, but this is not the blending brush that I use. I just pull it out and kind of let it blend a little bit, and then I actually go in with a real blending brush. But okay, so back to what I was saying. I feel like sometimes it's hard for us to when we are going through a healing process and we do think about the good memories and stuff like that. It's hard for us to think about the bad stuff too. But like I was saying, I feel like when I started just kind of looking into myself and wanting to heal from just things that I've been through and just things in general, I realized that the things that I've been through played a part for things that I did, certain things that I did on my end. And so I don't look at the bad things like they were bad anymore. I think about it in a way to where it was damn, we just didn't know no better, I can't even be mad at you because you didn't know no better. And I didn't know any better. Because this is right, I started looking into myself after the fact. I started trying to do a healing process after the fact. So, of course, in that moment, I didn't see what was happening. I couldn't identify with it. And that goes back to when you're healing and you're reflecting and you're, learning different things about yourself, you start to realize why you do the things you do or why people around you do the things that they do. Am I messing them up? The more I keep touching them, the more I start, messing stuff up. But like I said, I pulled it out as much as I could. And then now I'm gonna go in with a blending brush and then blend it out. So yeah, so normally I go back in and I brush out the front of my eyebrows because I don't want to have that like box effect. So yeah, I recently found my foundation color again because my skin has just been changing colors, and like I was like mixing colors at one point. Like I had two foundations. I'll mix them together until I get my skin tone color. So then one day I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of doing that. I'm about to go into MAC and I'm about to go get my color for myself. So it like rubs me the wrong way when I go into places and I try to get my foundation matched and stuff like that. And then they just swear up and down that they know exactly what they're talking about, or they just swear up and down like they know this will match you, or they know this will work, and it does not work. You get home and you're like, this is not it, and you have to keep going back. And then since COVID, we couldn't try on makeup or, you know, test makeup in the store, so it was really hard to figure it out. But I got so familiar with matching foundation color because that's what I was doing with my two foundations that I just went in there and took me about like 15 minutes putting it on my hand and kind of like just testing it out, and I found it. Like I found the right color. When you are looking for your foundation color and it's out of two colors, one might be lighter and one might be darker, get the darker color. Do not get a lighter color. It's so crazy that some people are just in denial about their skin color. Like it's okay, you know what I mean, to be a little darker, and they're just like, no, I feel like I fit this color more. Like they'll go to their lighter tone in there, because some people have like mixed tones in their face, so some people will get like the lighter tone in their face instead of getting the darker color. But yeah, so back on subject. So yeah, so with that, this is just my experience. Like I can only speak on stuff that I experienced and things that I read about and things that, you know, I watch just to educate myself on my healing process. But I could really only speak on the things that I've been through. And like I say, you're gonna feel like you took a million steps ahead and then you take a million steps back. Like lately, that has not happened to me. You know, this is like I'm talking about like the beginning, or like when it was the worst for me. It would just, like I said, happen out of nowhere, or I would just feel these feelings out of nowhere. And I think it also has everything to do with like soul ties and just all that type of stuff, but that's a whole different story. I can just know what I've been through, so I can still take as much advice as I can, or just like different people's experiences, like sharing with me, so I don't feel like the things that I was experiencing was crazy. Because I remember calling, you know, people that knew my situation. I'm just like, am I crazy? Like, not crazy, but I'm like, am I like, is something wrong that is taking, you know, me a little bit more time? We'll see how nice that color came out. That color came out so pretty. Using MAC Studio Fix, and my color is NW47. So yeah, I like it. I really do. And when it settles in and it does its thing, it does go a little darker than this, but that's fine with me. Like I said, I'd rather it be darker than lighter. Tell me, like, y'all experiences are things like y'all went through, going through healing processes. And one thing I can't talk about in full detail is a healing process when you're going through like your life shit. I mean, that's one thing I'll tell you now. That's something I have not even like touched on in my healing process, so I couldn't even speak on or tell anybody or give anybody like the right advice on like what I feel like you should do, because I have not even, you know, I think I've tried sometimes, but I just never really went down that road, so I can't even tell you. It's not enough. It's not enough. So yeah, y'all. I think too, if you're somebody that's healing from anything, any type of situation, you have to understand that those feelings that you go through and those things that you go through, no matter how bad it is, I guess it really is for a reason. And I feel like, to me, everything really is a lesson. Like, you're learning these lessons because you want something in your life, you know? And for me, if I want something and I have a wish and things that I pray for, that I want, I'm gonna get put through this lesson and these tests so that I can be prepared for what I want. Because imagine if I got what I want and I wasn't mentally there. Like, I didn't go through, you know, this healing process or whatever. And when I got what I wanted, I didn't know how to handle it. So I just try to think about it like that. Like, you know, when I'm trying to heal, and sometimes I just think, like, even though while I'm healing, I get those points where it's like, well, why did I have to even experience that? Like, even with a person, why couldn't we just get it right the first time? But it's kind of like, maybe you had to get it wrong so you could understand. Now you want to put in the effort to do it right, like by whoever you meet. You know what I mean? Like, you're able to not make those mistakes again in the future. Because one thing I can tell you for a fact about me is that pain is a motivation to me. Like, if I ever get hurt or if I ever feel some type of way about anything that really moves how I feel, trust and believe me when I tell you that it just motivates me to go harder. So that's one thing I love. You know, yeah, I have times where it can get me down and I'm just like I said before, sick about something. But I'm trying to tell you, I'm not gonna be sick all the way through. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna figure some shit out. And even if I do feel bad at the time, or even if I do feel bad, I'm gonna feel bad in the back of my mind. You know what I mean? I'm gonna push that shit all the way as far as the back of my mind as I can. And I'm gonna go figure something out. I think being a Cancer, that's something that I think that people call us weak for, because they say, oh, we're so emotional and all that type of stuff. One thing, we're not weak. One thing, we're not crybabies. And but when we do feel pain, or when we feel whatever emotion, we sit in that emotion, we understand it, we go through it so that we ain't got to go through that emotion again. And that's what I know I do for a fact. Like, if something is hurting me at the time, I'm not gonna keep pretending like it doesn't hurt me. Maybe everybody around me is not gonna see it, you know, so I might take it, you know, private and go do it privately and go cry or go do what I gotta do emotionally by myself. But I'm gonna feel it, because I'm gonna feel it all the way through. I wanna feel it, I wanna sit in there, I wanna recognize it, I wanna understand it, and then when I'm done feeling it, I don't wanna feel it no more. I feel like, though, like, so say we're all just trying to figure this out, and I could say, just to be transparent with anybody that can, you know, relate to this video. So yeah, so over time, you know, you have this big ball in your stomach, and like, that's what your pain starts off as. And when you're over time, when you're going through your healing process, you feel me, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, to where you don't feel it as much, but it's always gonna be there. You feel me? Like, it'll always be there. and that's one thing you just cannot get rid of. But sometimes it would get so small to where you'll forget it's there, you know. But I guess in my healing process, when it comes down to relationship and stuff like that wise, I'm in a place where it's like it isn't big enough anymore to affect my day-to-day. Like affect my day-to-day to affect me in that way. It's not big enough anymore. And also on top of that, emotionally, I was able to open up to somebody. You know, I was able to open up to somebody and just be super like genuine with somebody, you know, talking to somebody that makes you feel good and you guys can be in a genuine space together. I did have like a cool little minute alone to really like get my mind right, to where I could be open to another person, to where it's like I'm not being selfish, you feel me, in a way, or like not being fair and not fully giving somebody another chance because I'm still stuck on something else. So I definitely gave myself time. And then, you know, all right, so now I'm gonna be blending out my contour. All my brushes that I normally use for this stuff is really not, it's not here. So I don't know. I'm just using the, like, you know, other brushes that I have, but these are not really the brushes that get it all done, but it's doing what it's supposed to do a little bit, so I'm not really that mad. So for my contour, I was using more of like a cream-based one, and which I started off with this first when I started getting into contour, but lately I had got into a powder contour, which I'm gonna put on top of this. I don't know, like, we don't all have the answer to anything. And one thing about me, I feel like, is I have to, like, I be wanting to know the outcome of shit. You feel me? Like, before I do something, I be wanting to know, like, how is this gonna end? Like, how is this gonna come out? Like, is it gonna be worth it? You know, I be wanting to know the outcome of stuff, and that's one thing I have to, like, really let go and just be in the moment. Yeah, so I definitely need to get some more brushes. Like I said, I usually use like a smaller brush right here on my nose, and just for my contour in general, because I always brush it up into like my eyelids. But right now I'm just working with what I got in front of me. I know that's great. It really do blend, I'm gonna tell you that much. My hair is crazy, but it's all gonna come together. My flat irons, like I told y'all. So my weave is probably not gonna sit the way I want it to be sitting, but y'all don't get the picture. Ooh, let me tell y'all something about your girl. I you know, had the clientele, I was taking clients and stuff like that, but I just never really got too comfortable with taking clients and certain things like that. But I'm gonna tell you, practice really, it really does you justice. I just know my face really good. I just know what I like, what fits me, you know, and like the things that I like, which I really love, is neutral makeup. I love makeup that's just not like, I used to love eyeshadow makeup, I'm not gonna lie, and I still love it. I just haven't really sat down and did anything lately with like eyeshadow makeup, which I think I am, you know, I got time. And we might be going back down on another lockdown, so we're gonna have all the time in the world. But yeah, you guys, it's such a, it's a process. You gotta let people love you, you know what I mean? And let people love you when you're ready, though. When you're ready, don't let nobody force you into it. But when you do have that play, let somebody care on you. Just make sure your intentions are pure. Like, even if you're going through your healing process, let your intentions be real. Have some real intentions. Ooh. Have some real intentions, you feel me? And be 100 with the people that you're gonna bring into your life during your healing process. And I think that was the hardest part, though, is that, like, having that hardest part is when you're having that healing or whatever, and you're literally in that breaking down moment, and you're just by yourself. You're just by yourself and nobody knows how that shit feels. But that literally makes it close, like you get closer to yourself because you're literally had just yourself in these moments. So it's like you just feel, that's how I feel shit. I just feel closer to me because it's like I sat with myself in my lowest moments, you feel me? And I pep talk myself. I did all this stuff for myself, so it just makes you feel so much closer to you. Blending is literally everything. Like you can watch somebody and you can do all the steps they're doing, and if you're not blending like properly, it's not gonna matter because it's not gonna come out looking the way that you want it to look. So yeah, for anybody though, I kind of want everybody's like experiences, like I want everybody's like side of how they handle things and how they did things and like what worked for them and what didn't work for them, because even though everybody has to go through it yourself, I guess it will kind of make it a little more easier. So yeah, I feel like I'm in a good place, guys. More of the story. So if you're in the beginning of your healing stage, do not, it's gonna fucking hurt, but literally you have to understand that it's gonna, I can't tell you how long it's gonna last, but I'm gonna tell you it's gonna be a point where it doesn't feel like how it feels now. And that is a good thing, So yeah, I'm gonna just figure out what I'm gonna do with my lip. So I don't know yet. But let me spray me down with my Morphe. I used to use like the all-nighter spray from, is that Anastasia? I think it is, but I don't have that right now, so I'm gonna be using this. So yeah, I'm gonna let that dry. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of highlight. I haven't really been doing highlight like that. So let's do a little highlight today. I'm gonna get back on here when I go handle this hair stitch. Figure out what lip. I would normally stack my lashes because like I said, they fell out. I would put like another pair on there. But I feel like, not today. So I'll be right back. So yeah, so I'm gonna be using my She's Beauty plug-in hot comb. It is so fucking cute. It goes up to 500, so it's nothing to play with. It gets there. It gets hot, but it's really, really pretty. Look how adorable this is. So yeah, I'm not gonna go too hard because first of all I have leave out and I don't want to put too much heat on my hair. So I'm just gonna I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna go through. It does its job. As you can see, leave out weird. Okay, y'all, so this is gonna be somewhat of the final look. I do not feel like trying to fully do my hair, like trying to get my hair all the way together. So I'm not, only because I'm not really doing anything after this. So yeah, I'm not gonna do my hair like that. But if I do, I'm gonna insert some pictures of me if I do decide to like get my hair together and take some pictures and stuff like that. But let's get this healing together. Let's continue to heal. Let's continue to become better and all that good shit. Do y'all like this lip? I don't know if I like it right now. Maybe because I'm looking at it too much. When I want to like go all out and do like a full glam, like going all the way out, like as if I was leaving somewhere tonight, I'm gonna give y'all one of those kind of videos so I can see how I would do my hair, how I would do like my full makeup and all that type of stuff like that. I normally do this makeup look when I really don't feel like doing much. This will be like an everyday type of look, I guess you could say. So yeah, I hope we all can just, you know, get to the place where we want to be mentally and just feel as best as we can feel, because that's important, to just feel the best way you can feel every day, you know? So yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a lot more story times and different videos and get ready with me and just whatever comes to mind that I want to talk to you guys about, because it'd be a lot. I gotta get more familiar with like where I want to constantly film and do all this stuff. I'm new to this, okay? I'm gonna get all this together. I'm gonna figure it all out. I got my mirror right here. I'm gonna figure it all out, okay? So if you guys like what I did and the way that I did it, let me know in the comments. If you guys have any suggestions or just see things that you guys have questions on, let me know. And I'm gonna come back and I'm probably gonna do like a full, more detailed, like more serious makeup look, but this is what you guys get for like an everyday simple look, okay? I know that's right, y'all. Okay, I look so cute. Oh, it's so cute. And if you guys want to see some pictures I'm gonna be taking with this, you can go follow me on my Instagram, which is tay-dash, tay.dash, sorry. And like, comment, and subscribe, babes.